Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is D-Dun here, the most chill COD player, and I have for you guys today my most kills ever in Call of Duty. I have 126 kills playing Domination on Nuketown. This is hardcore, and I am playing solo. I was really excited to get this because, like I said, this is the most kills I've ever gotten in Call of Duty, and there's some pretty action-packed moments, so I'm fairly confident that you guys will enjoy the gameplay in the background. But I actually want to talk about something not Call of Duty related, surprisingly considering the gameplay in the background. I want to talk about fast food workers making $15 an hour. And if you haven't heard about this, it's a pretty big deal, and it's something that is impacting a lot of people. Just real quickly to kind of go over the whole basis here is that people who work in fast food, in the fast food industry, they are petitioning and trying to get $15 an hour because their argument is that if they're working full time and this is their, this is their job path, this is their career, that they should be able to support themselves and their family on whatever wage they make if they work a full-time job. Whether it requires a college education or not, they are saying that they, cannot make enough to support themselves and their family off of what they make, and they're right. To make $7.50 or $8, whatever the minimum wage is, you can't support yourself and a family on that. It's not possible. And if you can, then more than likely you're going to be at a major socioeconomic disadvantage. You're not going to be able to, help your kids with college tuitions, and you're not going to be able to afford many amenities. I see a lot in my job because I am a manager at a quick service restaurant where you have single mothers or low-income families who have to limit their availability and therefore kind of limit their opportunities strictly because they don't make enough to pay even just for childcare, which is a huge deal. I mean, if you can't even afford for someone to watch your kids so that you can work, that's a big deal, and that kind of shows an inherent flaw in the system. In addition to that, you're only going to perpetuate a poor socioeconomic status whenever you can't afford a college tuition for the kids that you're having, and you can't work as much as you would like to because you can't afford childcare for them. So the whole system is flawed, and to say that they cannot, afford a good of a life as they could strictly to make the owners of these companies more profitable it's absolutely ridiculous. It really is. And one, obviously, essentially doubling your pay rate would obviously make people a lot happier, but in addition to that, it also gives you the opportunity to hire much more qualified people. So let's say that you are an owner of one of these businesses and your employees are trying to get $15 an hour where they currently make, let's just say $7.50 or $8 an hour. And in your head, you're thinking, okay, well, I'm going to lose quite a bit of money. And you're right. You are not going to gross millions or perhaps even billions of dollars a year, doubling the pay rate of your employees. Maybe you still clear some billions. Either way, you're still going to be a very, very rich person. The thing is that you will now be able to hire much more qualified and professional people, and in turn create a better guest experience. And based off of that, you should be able to turn an even bigger profit. Now, naturally, there are going to be some businesses who, if they cannot manage their expenses properly, are not going to be able to maintain a profitable business by increasing the pay rate by that much. And that's just, that's just the nature of business. If you can't manage your expenses, including payroll, you're not going to thrive. In addition to that, a lot of people are saying, well, if you increase the salary by that much for the average worker, all of these businesses are going to do are just going to create some sort of automated system so they don't have to have as many employees and then they won't be spending as much money on payroll, so kind of evens out. Either way, I agree 100% that people should be able to live comfortably and be afforded all the opportunities that a person should have working a full-time job. And to say that it's unskilled labor, I understand that in a way of saying, like, you don't have to have years of college education, like, say, to be a doctor or a nurse or something like that. That's correct. You need no secondary education in order to go work at McDonald's. But at the same time, I have seen in my years lots and lots of people who are not, they don't have the work ethic or the pride in themselves to put forth the effort to even make $8 an hour. And I don't really know what would become of those people, but for the people who are working just as hard as any other person, putting in the time, the hours, working in food, it gets very stressful, it gets really hectic. You have to deal with a lot of stuff, and working with the general public can be very, very stressful and very demanding. And I promise you, if you've never worked in an industry like that, or any sort of, hospitality industry where your sole job is making people happy, some people are almost impossible to please. And I promise you that it is worth way more than $8 an hour to spend 40 hours a week doing nothing but trying to make people happy. So in saying that, obviously, I think if you guys haven't gathered by now, if I haven't just, explicitly stated, I do believe that workers should make $15 an hour. I do believe that that you should be able to afford college and healthcare and childcare off of being a line cook flipping burgers at McDonald's. And if you have a good solid argument against that, I would love to get your guys' opinion. Imagine being in high school and making $15 an hour and being able to save up and pay for your college tuition. Then maybe you wouldn't have to work or maybe you wouldn't have to work at McDonald's or KFC or something like that the rest of your life. Because believe it or not, some people actually really do enjoy this line of work. Me, myself, I love what I do. I absolutely love my job. And it is kind of frowned upon, I know, by some people whenever I say I work for like a fast food restaurant. Regardless of how much I make, they're always going to assume that, they're smarter than me, or, maybe they work harder than me, or they had to go to college longer than I did, which is probably not true because I have 2 degrees. But either way, it's something that I'm pretty passionate about. It's something I wanted to talk about, and I would love to get your guys' opinion down below in the comment section, or the link to my Twitter is down in the description as well if you want to look that up, and hit me up on Twitter. We can talk about it there. But either way, that is the video for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Like I said, I'd love to get some comments on this, and if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. If you hated it, that's fine. Dislike and leave me a comment why, so I can improve my content in the future. And if you're new to my channel and you enjoy my content, a subscription is always appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video.